Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus again. I want to take a moment and talk to you about brainwash. A few years ago, a lot of people were being exposed as having joined a cult, and some cult members were out recruiting and taking people in and brainwashing them, giving them a different philosophy of life and justifying it within a circle where everybody is carrying the same conversation, and basically, for one reason or another, clicking and accept the philosophy. So that's brainwashing. Then you want to come back and wash the brain to reacquaint them with the original brainwashing. And I say original because the truth of it is we are all brainwashed. I had wanted to take the time and see what Webster said to you about brainwashing, but I'm sure you already know, or you will take the liberty to find out. Nevertheless, I want you to know when I speak of brainwashing, I have reference to taking away the ability to desire to satisfy yourself, but engage yourself in the desire to satisfy some others and be able to justify it. Now, to me, that's totally brainwashing. But we've all been like that. And we do these things even when they work against us. That's when you really know your brain has been washed real good. Now, I know most people don't agree that they've been brainwashed. Here is the evidence. Everybody, human, would love to have their dreams met. There's not one person on earth that would not like to have their dreams met. And having their dreams met means being able to do the kinds of things that they would like to do. And these kinds of things would include food, clothing, shelter. And everybody needs this. Education, health care, everybody needs these. And they would like for these to be as accessible to them as they would require it to be. And they'd like to have a career of their own choosing, things that they would like to do. They would like to have the liberty and freedom to relax and travel and to see the world and to engage in all kinds of activities and grow. Every human being on earth would like to do that. Most folks can't do that. And when given the opportunity, when they have a message that says all of these things were originally on your brain, all of these things were in your heart, all of these things everyone desired and still desire. But there was a time when you pursued it. There was a time when you believed in it. But someone came and brainwashed you. And now it's just a dream. Now it's just a fantasy. But you can re-establish yourself. You can have what you want. And people will listen and go right back to the way things were and never ever put forward one effort to make that dream come true, individually or collectively. The problem with individually is that when you do it individually, you do it with a selfish attitude. A selfish attitude doesn't bring you any closer to peace and prosperity than that you already have. You must be humble enough to know that all things belong to another power. You must be real and respectful enough to know that every individual is as important as you. You must be wise enough to know that what you can do by yourself is magnified a billion times when you include others in it. You must be willing to love. Now, if these are kinds of things that you would like to do, but you won't do it because you've been brainwashed. And I, for a while, thought I was the only person out here saying these kinds of things to you. And then I saw this movie by Adolf Huxley about the Brave New World. They took it to some extremes. But it basically had to do with the kinds of thinking that I'm sharing with you today. Now, the problem comes, or the lack thereof, if when other people don't desire to have that kind of life, when the other people like the struggles of life, then they have the right to have that struggle of life. And that struggle of life leads to what we have H.G. Wells' uh, 1984, when life can be the roughest, and you know what I mean. So these two uh, extremes expresses the will of people, and each you got the right to choose either way you want to go. And I personally think that's why we're here on this planet, to make this choice. Because if we in heaven, where everything was fine, chose to try something different that will cause us to lose it or die, whatever you want to call it, then we try this thing different. And if we decide that we don't want to do these things and we want to try something else different, like try the heavenly stuff, then again, we got to die, because this world ain't putting up with no goodness here. So, I mean, it's a heck of a choice, but it's a choice you got to make. So having said that, to free you up from a brainwash, Shin, you have to be able to do what you want to do, justifyingly so, peacefully so. And when you can do that, you're free. Bye bye.